people, real conversations. Margaret Porritt is an iconic fashion influencer with more than 50 years in the fashion industry. Founded by Margaret Porritt in 1972, Feathers Boutique has grown to become one of Melbourne's most iconic fashion brands. Margaret not only has a thriving business, but proudly raised 3 boys as a single mother. Margaret Porritt and Feathers celebrate 50 years in business this year. Margaret shares some of her thoughts regarding the state of small and medium-sized business with Tony Rabah, CEO of the Male Hug.
Drought.
Yep.
We then had the bushfires, then
Right.
we had the floods, and then the pandemic hit.
Right.
So that first quarter of 2020 was not good,
Yep.
right? And we were struggling, and then the lockdown hit, and that's when I spoke to Mark and the administrator at BDO
Yep.
and said, okay, how am I going to trade out? And this was a major shock. It was like, whoa, you're going to have to put in 100 grand every month
Yeah.
to look after your business to survive.
Yep.
And at my age, to put in $1 million or $2 million,
Yep.
I couldn't see this happening.
How did you find the overall staff morale, the mental health of staff?
The morale was bad.
Yep.
It was like, it became, and I've worked for 50 years, to not have a them and an us.
Yep.
Right? It was quite depressing sitting at home for 6 months.
Absolutely.
When you've run an energetic business, it flattens you.
Absolutely.
There was no motivation. You didn't need to get out of bed till 11. It wasn't
Correct.
depression. It was more of flatness.
Yeah, yeah.
There was just nothing to look forward to.
Yes.
I mean, we went from 50 to 35 staff because I had a lot of casuals and a lot of new staff that couldn't be kept. But I mean, I wasn't going to change the rules. I kept within the legislation. So we dropped 15 staff, but the staff we had, they just didn't understand. I think it was just change and fear.
Yep. Yep.
You know, fear of the unknown. So it wasn't about, how are you?
Yeah.
Right? And it was, come on, let's do this, let's try this, let's
Yeah.
be positive. We know we've got a bad run ahead of us.
Yep.
And it's COVID worldwide. We're not on our own.
Correct.